Hello everybody, welcome back to Malicious Games. Mal here. Today we are not going to be playing a game, but instead I'm going to do just some talking. And as you'll see in the background, I'm probably going to have some League video playing. It is one that I've played before, but I just want to get this video out. So, as some of you know, and from a certain video you can go back and watch, this past semester in college, I had kind of a crappy roommate. We did start off alright, we talked and we played some games every now and again. It was fine, but it just progressively kept getting worse and worse, and is just more things that I noticed and didn't ignore. So I wrote down a list of many things that I'm 90% confident, 90 to 95% certain that he did these things just in our time sharing a room. And I'm not gonna say his name or anything, mainly because I don't remember his last name, nor am I going to try to remember him for any time in the future, because I have no inclination of ever seeing or talking to him again. That is just my personal preference, and so let's read through this list and see exactly what made him, in my opinion, a bad roommate. Now, the first thing I have written down is that he was weird, which, I mean, everybody has their quirks, but this guy was weird. Anytime we talked, he would say something to me and he'd repeat himself to himself. He'd be like we were talking about, I don't know, politics or something. He's like, yeah, I just don't understand how Republicans can do stuff like that. I don't understand how Republicans can do stuff like that. And it was always like that, and I tried to brush it off and just deal with it. But it bothers me. The second thing is that he's gross, and he was really gross, which there are more bullet points on that, which I'm going to get into. So, included in the quote-unquote gross, he didn't ever shower or brush his teeth. Now, I think that he had a toothbrush, but I never saw him brush his teeth or wherever his toothpaste was, because I had my own tube of toothpaste and I never saw him get up and get his toothpaste or toothbrush or anything. Anytime that I woke up and I saw him leaving, he was literally just throwing on clothes and leaving, which was probably, I'd say 70 to 80% of the time I would be able to see him get up and leave, because he had class before I did most days. So yeah, the fact that in the don't shower thing, I can confirm, because I know he had a bottle of soap, or a bar of soap and a bottle of shampoo in our shower, because we had to share a shower between 4 people, and that stuff was not touched since the beginning of the semester. And I know it was his because I asked our suite mates what their cleaning products were, and they told me, and I was like, well, that's not the soap and the shampoo up there, so obviously it's my roommate's, and it hasn't been touched. It looked the exact same on day 1, and they move out. That is just disgusting. Next on the list of gross things, he hadn't cleaned his sheets and laid in bed all day. Now, I appreciate laying in bed, watching anime, watching a show that you really enjoy. You know, you could do that all day when you don't have anything to do. But the problem is that if you don't shower, you're really gross. And if you don't clean your sheets, all of that grossness just sits there, and it just piles up if you do that every single day. ugh. I can't imagine how gross his bed must have been. I can't imagine, like, the sweat stain left on that person's sheets. Choose not to talk to people. I just, it's whatever. I just choose not to do that. But I have friends back home, and I would always be online and playing League of Legends with my friends back home. I have plenty of friends here, where I didn't talk to anybody besides his parents whenever his parents called him. And he always seemed, like, really angry that they were calling. And kind of rude. With my personal experience with my parents and other people with their parents. He just seemed really rude to his parents a lot of times. And the anime thing, it's like, oh, okay. But that's the only thing that you do. If that's the only thing that you do, then it's a problem. You can watch anime like all day, one day. It's like, okay, it's a weekend. I'll watch anime all weekend, whatever. I'll watch my favorite show all weekend. But every single day, that's a problem. Like, I sit and I work at my computer all day, every day. But I'm doing something productive. I'm not just watching something. Like, I'll watch YouTube videos and stuff, but I also do my homework, record videos, edit videos. Everything is done with my computer. It's like a necessity for the things that I need to do. I'm not just sitting here and watching one show all day. And the next thing, finally out of the gross category, is that he sounds like a dying, wheezing animal when he, quote-unquote, laughs. Now, if you go back to my weird roommate video, the re-upload with the improved sound, you will be able to hear him. And that is all the way across the room. That's probably 7 to 10 feet away from me on a microphone that is an inch from my mouth. And I have to speak up just to make sure that my sound is clear. You could hear him all the way across the room. My microphone was picking it up. And he sounded... And I don't mean this to sound mean or like offensive or anything, but he sounded like he had actual like issues, like mental problems. And I know that he didn't. Which is just like, why? Why do you do that? I know that you are a regular person. Stop sounding like you are gonna like murder me in my sleep or something. Because he just sit there and laugh, and his laugh is just the most irritating thing. He sounds like he's gasping for air, like he was underwater for 30 minutes. Just, and yes, that is not an exaggeration. Go back and watch the video. I guarantee you that is what's happening. And the next thing is that I don't know what it is. I don't know what compels him to do it. But he has an obsession with crinkling water bottles and chip bags. If you've ever met a person who just sits there and constantly crinkles something, you know what I'm talking about. He would sit there with an empty water bottle, watching a show, just idly just crinkling the bottle, knowing that I'm over here trying to do something productive. That to me is just rude. It's just rude. Like, no matter where you are. I wouldn't even do that if I was alone. And the chip bag thing, he just unnecessarily would crinkle a chip bag. Like, way too much. I had no idea why he would do it. You just need to open the chip bag enough for you to eat the chips. And then eat the chips out of it. You don't need to sit there and like for like 10 minutes to get chips. Dude, I don't even do that. Like, I bought bowls. I have plastic bowls to pour chips into because I hate the sound of crinkling bags. I don't know if like that's something that he enjoys, but why? Think about other people before you just start doing things. Oh, this next one actually kind of falls under the category of gross, but more of just like one of my pet peeves, and my girlfriend actually found out that it's an actual, I don't want to say medical problem, but it's something that's a shared issue with a lot of different people. He chews with his mouth open. If you were a person like me, and shouts out to all you people who hate open mouth chewers, because that is the most awful sound. Just wet, slurping, crunching, open mouth, just, oh, it's awful. It made me so mad. And in fact, I have a new phone now. Ha 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 ha. Because it's just, I hate that sound. I hate that sound. If there's anything that would make me kill a person besides them trying to harm me or my family, it would be that. Because that sound is horrible. It makes me want to cut out his tongue and like tear off his jaw. Which sounds horrible, but if you're a person like me and you understand that, you understand why I would want to do that. Anyway, on to the next thing. He acted really like a know-it-all. Like, when I would talk to him, he acted like he knew everything about everything. Anything that I would, like, talk to him about. He would always just have, like, this, like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. This is better, blah, 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 blah. Just like, stop talking about what you have no idea what you're talking about. You're acting like you know exactly what it is because you've heard like a few things about it. And that to me is just irritating. Like, for me, I like to learn. I like to learn about things. If someone says something interesting to me, I'll go and learn about it and then talk to them about what I've learned and different things like that. But I don't ever want to be the person or try to act like I know exactly what I'm talking about. If I'm wrong, then, you know, I'll be wrong. But I don't want to act like I know everything about something that I have very little knowledge about. I'll be like, you know, I don't know a lot about this, but this is what I do know. Can you explain more about it? Because I enjoy learning. I mean, I also had written down he's loud, annoying, and disruptive, which you hopefully should know by now. And lastly, he would always look over my shoulder when he would walk past me going to the bathroom or like leaving. I can't confirm that he always did it, but there would be like periods of time when I heard the door open and a few seconds, and then I'd hear the door like start to move and close, which to me implies that he was opening the door, standing there and look at what I'm doing, and then he's deciding to leave. Which made me develop this habit of minimizing whatever I'm looking at. It could be like a YouTube video game, whatever it is. I'll just start looking at my background screen whenever he goes behind me, because I feel really uncomfortable with someone staring over my shoulder at what I'm doing. Doesn't matter what it is, it's just really annoying. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you for listening to this rant. This is really all this is, just a rant about my roommate, and I want to share it with you. And for any of you that would like to share this, or like this, I want you to remember these lessons that I have learned from this experience. Number 1, if you're watching something by yourself, be quiet, shut up, put headphones on. Just be considerate of the people around you. Don't be disruptive to other people. If there's something funny, I mean, try to contain your laughter. And if you knowingly have like a bad laugh, if you know that you have a bad laugh, which I think that I personally have a bad laugh, just try to keep it to a dull roar, very bare minimum. If you're watching a video that is so funny that you were about to bust out laughing in front of like 20 people, or even just to your roommate that you barely know, I would say pause the video, take a moment to collect yourself, and either continue watching it or find something a little more or a little less funny. I know it may be super enjoyable, but at the same time, try to be considerate of other people. Next, shower and brush your teeth. Shouldn't have to say it, but just stay hygienic. Shower and brush your teeth. As a guy, there would be some days where I get up and I'm late for class and I just have to rush out. But even then, I would usually find some time during the day to shower. Even if it's like 8 o'clock at night, I still want to shower that day. Always brush your teeth, shower, clean your clothes, clean your sheets every once in a while, and just be a healthy, hygienic person. Please. Please. Especially during the warmer months. Next lesson, chew with your mouth closed. Chew with your mouth closed or I might have to stab you. That's all I'm going to say about that. Just chew with your mouth closed. It's disgusting. The next one, I already said with staying hygienic, is clean your sheets and clothes. Obviously, you need to do that. You need clean stuff. Otherwise, it's just gross. It gets grosser and grosser. Next, what is this? 4, 5, something like that. Don't crinkle paper, plastic, or anything that's like just loud. Because crinkling paper is loud. Crinkling plastic is even louder. Don't crinkle things. Just don't do it. There's no need to do it. I understand if you're a fidgeter, but find something different to fidget with. A lot of people give the fidget spinners crap, but I actually really would want one because I always find myself playing with my pencil during class. So if you need to fidget, use a pencil, get a fidget spinner, get something small, not a pen. Don't click pens. Don't start clicking pens. Don't do that. But you can like fiddle with a pencil, fiddle with a fidget spinner, just something that isn't loud or produces a lot of sound. Next, don't act like you know everything. You don't know everything. Nobody knows everything. If you want to talk about things with other people, discuss it in an intellectual way. Don't act like you know everything about it and that they don't. Just have a decent conversation about it. Don't get into an argument about who knows more or what. Just discuss with each other. Don't argue about facts with each other. Just discuss things. Learn from each other. There's no point in acting like you know everything if you don't, because that's just false knowledge, and nobody needs false knowledge. Nobody needs to think that they know everything when they don't. And also, be courteous. Just be courteous to the people around you. I mean, I feel like it's a lesson that we should all have learned before now, but just be courteous to people. And the last thing is just be yourself. Be yourself as long as that doesn't entail being rude to others. You can feel free to be yourself as long as it's not impeding on others' happiness or others' way of being themselves. Especially if you're sharing a room together, because that can make or break the entire experience. I know that this experience was not a good one for me, and it's just, you know, some experiences are bad, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna be completely completely done with having a roommate. I'm fine with having a roommate. You just need to find someone who clicks with you. You know, you can understand if you don't see eye to eye with your roommate or whatever. Just respect each other. You have to share the same room no matter what. Just respect each other. That's all you have to do. It doesn't have to be some complicated formula of, oh, I'm better than you. No, just have mutual respect for each other. And that, I guess that about covers this rant. That's all I got. Just be nice. Be hygienic. I hope that you've learned from my poor experience. And I hope that you can make yourself a better person, or see the signs early, unlike me. And make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I don't know if I'll be making more like it. Please share. Please, please, please share this video. This one isn't, I don't care about views or anything, obviously, especially with everything that's going on. I don't care about views. I just want to make content that you enjoy, and I really want this message to be shared with other people, especially those in college who have bad roommates or really gross people that they live with. I want you to know that you're not alone. I had the experience, and I really don't want to go through it again. So just make sure to share this with people that would understand this and can relate. But that is all I have for you wonderful people today. Thank you. Stay clean. And as always, have a wonderful day.